Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look at here at IMX, see what's going on, of course. And just future reference, big picture, I think it is tied to Loopring with GameStop. I think they had a kind of a press release there talking about IMX, so we could be seeing this increase in connection with Loopring as well. Just bear that in mind. I did cover Loopring already as well, in case you're curious about what's going on over there. If you're not, familiar with my channel and you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining me here, of course, first of all. And I just want you to know that I love teaching people how to trade. I hope you can learn something here today. And my goal and my passion is to teach you to become a better trader. So CryptoCache.tech is a website I have, link in the description below if you want to become a community member. And of course, join an esteemed group of folks where we all learn and grow together. I provide you with trade signals for every single trade that I take, one-click follow, as well as the fact that you can actually reference my trading academy and learn to become a better trader with those foundational skills. All good stuff. Check that out in your own time. Take a look here at IMX. Some really cool stuff here, but also adverse. Let's go ahead and talk about that first. Just kind of elephant in the room. We're getting rejected by the 50-day SMA. This is quite common in a lot of cases for the very first push. Not to say we're going to close below that per se, but if we do, just know that could be a resistance level that is fairly synonymous with 197/$2. So I would just say $2 is a rough estimate. We get a close above $2, we'll probably be okay. But that is causing a potential resistance there, and just know that that can happen. Not a terrible thing, but being back up above the 50 would be extremely important because it's really never done that. I know there's not a lot of trading data, of course, here. This is a KuCoin exchange, but generally speaking, every time it's tried to break above, it's had trouble. It's only a matter of time before a price can come back up over 50-day SMA, though. In most cases, unless it comes down to zero, which is rare, we should see IMX break past that eventually, if not today. Okay. That being said, we're up over 50 on the SMA. The RSI. That's extremely important to be up over that. That helps us understand that's a support level, and that could hold a price action in place. And what that is, that's probably synonymous, pretty close here. If you look back about 187, so if the price were to retrace, as long as we stay above 187, the most recent high, we're going to be in pretty good shape. That is a good sign. But I love RSI for that fact. Helps us understand we're on the right side of the tracks there. I would much rather be up over 50 on the RSI than 50 on the SMA. Just me personally. All right, so that's good stuff there. I like that. Looking at the 4 hour, let's see if we're overextended here. We're at a 7 out of a potential of just say a 9. And if you're new to just say the channel or TD sequential, that 7 is telling us that candlestick is higher than the fourth previous. And it counts up until a 9. Once you hit a 9, then it will likely retrace or consolidate. We have that would be actually 8 hours worth of continuation of the upside potential from here. Not to say it's going to continue, but that's essentially what's potential there before the likelihood of a turnaround. We're up over both moving averages, which is extremely important. SMA 50 and 200 are intersecting for a golden cross. That's helpful. We've also got 70 on the RSI working as a potential support level. So if we get a bounce here and the RSI continues higher, then we'll be in a position where that's working as a support. If the price continues to digress and come back down, and then we see 70 working as resistance, that'd be perfectly fine. Not a bad thing at all. It'd be just a nice healthy consolidation, and that would cause the price to kind of consolidate in the range of 178 upwards of 196. So what we want to see is 196 hold as a support level, or I think if you round up 197, okay? That's what we want to see. And that is essentially, again, synonymous with 70 on the RSI. So if that support level by Fibonacci at 197 can hold, then we'll see RSI bounce, okay? And that's a good sign. But commonly, just so you know, on the 4 hour, it's less likely for a bounce off 70. It's more likely for it to come back down. In fact, we kind of want that because then we don't have this overextension for too long. I like seeing a 70 plus on the RSI on the 1 day, but on the 4 hour, it's not my favorite. That being said, it could totally defy the laws of trading. We see that happen all the time, especially when there's news, press releases, and all that stuff associated with GameStop, which we've seen as a stock currency itself has done very well, right? So there's a big connection there in that sense, and that's just something you need to acknowledge. But take a look here at the 1 hour. We're kind of all over the place on TD sequential, but we did hit a 9 recently, and we broke above that key level resistance. Should work as a support. So looking at this here on the 1 hour, you can see a very strong amount of resistance up into that level, more volume and a very strong volume push to the upside, giving us the inclination that we're probably likely going to hold this support here at 197. So a good DCA target would be like 197, 198, somewhere in that range. Get filled, and the likelihood of the price continuing higher from here is fairly high. Again, this is overextended for the most part, but it's also overextended for the right reasons. We hit a 9, we broke through that resistance. Now that can work as a support level, so we can expect the price to not break below that, pending Bitcoin doesn't do anything stupid or obnoxious in the next 24 to 48 hours. I always had to throw that in there because Bitcoin controls the market regardless of how great the news is on something. Bitcoin has a significant pullback. We'll see a correction, right? It doesn't mean that IMX is going to go to the ground. It just means that IMX is going to correct itself moderately, maybe more so than it should have. So heaven forbid we lose the support level at 196. Just know right around 180 is a pretty nice key level support here recently. If you can see, obviously spent a lot of time right there before it broke up as well. Good 3 or 4 hours and it shot up, okay? So you're seeing this kind of common trend. You see it comes up to a resistance level, consolidates and increases. Consolidate, increase, consolidate, increase. It's literally doing the same thing over and over again. Just know being at a 7 or an 8 soon here for the actual TD sequential on the 4 hour tells us we might experience some kind of pullback or consolidation soon. What I'd like to see from IMX is a 24 hour cool off period, go sideways, consolidate at 197, and then get that volume at that support level, build that base, and increase up from there. Okay, so that's really cool stuff there. Ultimately, looking good. And let's see how much volume accumulation we have. Look at that. In this entire time of trading, from top to bottom, again, this is just from November 29th. This could be an exchange that hasn't followed it for a very long time. So I apologize if this is not the right exchange for this. But in this example, though, if you take a look, though, we've got $1.60 as the most amount of volume accumulation, which means that people are accumulating the most amount of IMX in this time frame than they are everything here combined. That's a good sign. That basically implies we have a strong foundation of volume to build on, and the price is likely to go higher from here instead of the inverse. Okay, so IMX, yes, a bit on the overextended side for the moment. I think it's just a matter of time before it consolidates and increases again. I hope you found benefit here, of course, today. And if so, comment below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I do look forward to getting to know you better if you want to become a member. CryptoCache.tech. Let's go ahead and work together. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next one.